Okay, before I start, let's just go over all the different types of factoring that we've learned so far. So I'll give you 7x squared plus 14x plus 21 is one. X squared minus 25 is another method. That was another method. Is another method. So these are the four methods that we've learned so far. These two are on the first worksheet, these two are on the second worksheet. So they all have something in common with each other. It's called the greatest common factor. So you take out the 7 and you're going to have an x squared plus 7 goes into 14 two times, 7 goes into 21 three times. The problem and the work underneath it, there's no showing work, it's just knowing how to factor. The second one, two sets of parentheses, an x goes here and an x goes here. 5 times 5 equals 25, and you need a plus or a minus and a plus. So this was on the worksheet for 1 so far, and this was on the worksheet for the second day. These are trinomials, just like up here, but look at, they don't have a greatest common factor, so all you do is you put two sets of parentheses. I'm going to put an x here, and I'm going to put an x here. I need to come up with all the factors of 4 that will add up to 4, and factors of 4 are 2 and 2, and I'm going to do the OI part. The 2x and the 2x gives me my 4x, so I know I did it right. And then what happens if there's a minus sign right there? X and an x. If that's a minus, my factors of 15, 5, and 3 need to be opposites of each other. So let's try a positive and a negative. And let's just show you that sometimes it doesn't turn out right away the first time. You get 5x, take away 3x is 2, a positive 2. So I know I need to erase this and start again. I'm going to do x minus 5 and x plus 3. Well, I know a negative 5 times 3 gives us a negative 15. A negative 5x and a positive 3x gives us the negative 2x. So that's what we've done in the first 2 days. This is the third day now. See the difference now? The third day has a number out in front, where on the second day, there was no number out in front. So that's why this is a little bit harder to do. So how do you do these when there's a number out in front? You're going to just do a test. You're just going to test. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put two sets of parentheses. And I know that it needs to be 2x squared, so I know it needs to be a 2x and a 1x or a 1x and a 2x, correct? These with a number out in front, I always work with the innermost factors usually work. And what I mean by that are the factors of 9 are 1 and a negative 9, negative 1 and a positive 9, negative 3 and a positive 3, or a positive 3 and a negative 3. I work with the inner factors all the time when I do this one. And I'm going to work with a 3 and a negative 3 just to see. And now you have to check with your OI. This makes 6x on the outside. Take away 3x gives us a positive 3x. So the 3's are not working. So I'm going to switch it. And you're just testing them. And I'm going to do the 9 and the 1 instead of the 3 and the 3. And I know one of them needs to be negative and the other one needs to be positive so that I get a negative 9. Well, this makes a negative 9x. This makes a positive 2x. That'll give us a negative 7x. But we need a positive, so we need to make this one the positive, and we need to make this one the negative. And now the OI, the 9x and the negative 2x, does add up to 7x. So in these problems today, you probably want a good eraser, and you're going to be switching things around until you get the middle term to work out. So all I'm going to do is another 3 problems. I guess they're all on the same page. Trial and error. So I'm going to start with this. And I know I need to do trial and error because there's a number here, and I'm gonna start with a 2x and a 7x. And I know that that makes 14x squared. Well, the good thing is there's only one set of factors of 5, so I'm gonna do a plus 5 and a plus 1 here, and that makes 7x, and that makes 10x, but that makes a positive 17x, but I need them both to be negative, so I need to switch these. I need to make these a negative, whoops, that's 1, I mean, this was supposed to be a 1, and this is supposed to be a negative 5, so let's check it. That makes a negative 7x, that makes a negative 10x, and you need a negative 17x, so I got it right. This problem here, it's in the wrong order, so I'm going to put the negative 3x and a positive 2x here. They have to be opposites of each other. Everybody see why? Because you need a negative 6x squared. Factors of 10, I'm going to try the positive 5 here and the positive 2 here, because I know it needs to be a positive 10. And I'm going to check this, and this gives us 10x, and this gives us a negative 6x, but I need 11, so that's not going to work. Trial and error. I'm going to switch these, and I'm going to make the negative 3x, I'm going to put the plus 2 here, and I'm going to put positive 5 here, and this gives us a negative 15x, this gives us a positive 4x, which gives us a negative 11x, but remember we need a positive, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my signs. So I want this to be negative, and I want this to be positive. I think I want them both to be negative. Let's check it. See how I'm just trial and erroring and I just keep erasing? So a negative 3x times 2x gives us a negative 6x squared, and a negative 2 times a negative 5 gives us 10. But what about the middle term? Well, you get a negative 4x for this one, and a positive 15x for this one, which adds up to 11x, so I got the right combination. It's kind of like a little puzzle that you're trying to come up with. And I think there's one more on here, and we're done. Last one. Some of these might not work and be prime also. I don't know. Maybe this one's prime. I don't know if I have any primes out here. 2m squared. You need to have a 2m and a 1m. I'm going to put the 5 here and the 1 here. And I'm going to get 5n for my oi and 2m for my oi. But that adds up to 7m, so that doesn't work. So I'm going to mix it up, and I'm going to put it the other way. I'm going to do 2m plus 1 and m plus 5. This gives me 1m for my oi and 10m, which adds up to 11m. I did all the combinations. There's nothing that works. If nothing works, then it is prime. And that's all we're doing for the day.